Christmas should be a time of joy, but in Boulder, Colorado back in 1996 it turned into one of the most chilling mysteries in American history. A 6-year-old beauty queen, JonBenét Ramsey, was found dead in her own home. And the suspects? Her family. At 5:52 a.m., Patsy Ramsey, JonBenét's mother, called 911, reporting that her daughter was missing. She claimed to have found a 2.5-page ransom note demanding $118,000 for JonBenét's safe return. Oddly enough, that amount was almost exactly what her husband, John Ramsey, had received as a Christmas bonus that year. The police arrived, expecting a kidnapping. They searched the house briefly, but not thoroughly, a critical mistake that would haunt the investigation forever. The ransom note was unlike anything investigators had ever seen. It was long, detailed, and oddly personal. It demanded that the Ramseys not contact the police and instructed them to wait for further instructions. Handwriting experts determined it had been written inside the Ramsey home, on their own notepad. Even stranger, the note seemed to mimic movie lines from Dirty Harry and Speed. Why would a real kidnapper take the time to write such a lengthy, dramatic note inside the victim's house? For hours, friends and family came and went, contaminating the crime scene. Then, around 1 p.m., an officer asked John Ramsey to check the house again. He went to the basement, and there, in a small windowless room, he found JonBenét's lifeless body. She had duct tape over her mouth, a cord around her neck, and her wrists were bound. There were signs of blunt force trauma to her head, but also evidence of strangulation. Her cause of death was ruled asphyxiation and craniocerebral trauma. At first, police suspected an intruder, but there was no sign of forced entry, and the bizarre ransom note pointed to someone inside the house. The media quickly zeroed in on the family. The Ramseys, wealthy and prominent, insisted they were innocent, but they refused to sit down for full police interviews for months. Theory 1. The parents did it. Some believe that Patsy Ramsey accidentally killed JonBenét during a fit of anger. Maybe it was over a bedwetting incident, and that the ransom note was just a staged cover-up. Others, though, point to John Ramsey, claiming he may have had, darker motives. Supporters of this theory mention the unusual amount of staging in the crime scene and the lack of foreign DNA. Theory 2. The brother did it. Burke Ramsey, JonBenét's 9-year-old brother, became a focus years later. Some theorists believe Burke accidentally killed her with a blunt object, and the parents covered it up to protect him. In a 2016 TV interview, Burke's strange demeanor reignited public speculation. Theory 3. An intruder. The intruder theory points to a broken basement window, an unidentified boot print, and a palm print found on the wine cellar door. In 2008, new DNA testing revealed male DNA on JonBenét's underwear that didn't match any family member. This evidence led the Boulder DA to officially clear the Ramseys, but the DNA's origin remains unexplained. The investigation was marred by mistakes, mishandled evidence, contaminated crime scenes, and a public battle between police and the district attorney's office. Key evidence was either compromised or dismissed. Over the years, dozens of suspects have been investigated, but no charges have ever stuck. The combination of strange evidence, the ransom note, the basement discovery, the DNA, has kept the case in a permanent state of mystery. Almost 3 decades later, the JonBenét Ramsey case still grips the public. Documentaries, books, and endless internet theories keep the story alive. The image of the smiling 6-year-old beauty queen, contrasted with the horror of her death, ensures this case will never truly fade from America's collective memory. Was it a family member, desperately covering up a terrible accident, or a calculating intruder who slipped in and out undetected? Until the day someone finally talks, or new technology solves the puzzle, the truth will remain locked in that Boulder home, frozen in Christmas, 1996.